The following is a Just Green production brought to you by the Might Be News Network.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Might Be Brews, Season 2, Episode 4, the podcast where we explore the people, places, and brews of the craft beer world. My name is John, and with me as always, Steve, and as my kids refer to you as, Mr. Steve. How you doing?
I'll take Mr. Steve all day of the week.
I like calling you Mr. Steve. I refer to you as Mr. Steve around the house now.
As you should.
I think I'm just going to call you that.
I think I am too.
Well, and the man behind the board,
Yeah.
my brother, Taylor.
What up?
And how my kids like to call you, where's Jackie?
Yes.
Where's Aunt Jackie?
Yeah, where's Aunt Jackie?
That's what they call you. And making his triumphant return to the podcast, our one of our best drinking buddies, Dave. How you doing, Dave?
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
And Dave's kicking all our asses at poker this year, just for all those we play in a monthly poker game, and he's on top.
I'm the king of the world right now. You can call me Big Daddy tonight.
I usually have like way too much stuff going on, but I would love to do that one month. Get in on that poker game with you guys. But we'll see. We'll try to make that happen. And we have another special guest, first time on the show, a newer buddy of ours, Dre. How you doing, Dre?
Doing very well, thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for being here, man.
Thanks for having me.
Let's get into it, guys. If you're not already, follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Our handle is @MightBeBrews, and you can now find Might Be Brews and all of the other network podcasts on YouTube. That's a new platform for us, so check us out there as well. The website, mbnnetwork.com. It's never been easier to find your favorite podcast. We've got a lot of awesome content up there now. And also Patreon. We are on Patreon now. Go to patreon.com/MBN Network. We've got 3 tiers there for you to sign up and subscribe. Plans start at $5. You'll get access to the extra 30 minutes to each show, as well as swag from the network. So tier 1's hooking you up with a travel mug?
Yep.
That's what we're doing now.
Double-lined stainless steel.
Double-lined stainless steel.
It's fancy as fuck.
That sounds nice.
It's fancy as fuck. 16 ounce.
Tier 2 gets you the travel mug and a signed copy of Kevin Reevy's book. Is that right?
Yes, incredible baseball stats.
Incredible baseball stats. And tier 3 gets you both of those and a signed copy of the Brandon Novak Chronicles?
No. It's we're gonna have some pictures for them from the Novak and Franz show, and we're gonna have them autographed, and we're gonna send them out.
Nice.
And silver, you get 1 entry into our monthly giveaway. Gold, you get 2.
Yep. So you're going to get the chance for monthly giveaways, and we really want you guys to sign up. So if you feel like you're enjoying the show, you want to hear our extra 30 minutes each episode, please sign up and check it out. And it's early on. There's not a ton of subscribers yet. So I think if you hop on now, you have a better chance of winning the monthly giveaway.
Also, silver and gold get access to exclusive Patreon shows.
That's
we're
right.
Going to do too. Like we did a Game of Thrones spectacular last week. That would normally be a Patreon only thing. We're going to do some fantasy football stuff because we're going to have a network fantasy football league.
So hype.
So hype for that. Football. We're going to sit down. We're going to talk about the Marvel movies. I don't know who's into that.
Doing it.
We're going to talk about, I'm sure there's going to be like a Star Wars episode, just different things that we're going to be doing throughout that's going to be exclusive to Patreon.
I don't know if I'm going to say this right now, but I'm going to try.
I think you are going to say it.
I think it's happening. I'm going to try to record some of our an upcoming bottle share, and maybe that can be a release.
That would be awesome.
And it'd be really cool because we're going to open some big bottles there. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So keep an eye out on social media and follow us there for all the information. Damn it, I'm thirsty.
Let's go.
We waited too long last week. We got to start drinking. Let's crack this thing. Here we go.
Oh.
That was perfect. You might need to cut that out.
It's nice.
And yeah, just edit that in,
it's
make
nice.
it my ringtone.
It sounds so good every time. I'm just going to let you guys do it live.
And through the headphones, it just sounds so much.
Oh, it's so clear. What we got here, this is from Mr. Dave. He brought us Trail Magic. This is a German-style Pilsner from Treehouse Brewing Company.
We usually don't talk about what beers we're bringing. We kind of say, oh, I might have this, I might have that. We got a little Pilsner. We got some Kolsch. We have a lager.
A dry hop Pilsner.
We got
do we have a lager too, right?
We definitely got some lighter fare tonight, which is nice.
Mixing it up a little bit.
Sometimes I feel like we go a little too IPA heavy.
Did you guys get my message earlier saying that you guys win? You guys won?
I did.
Like I had left over a Bud Light all week because Jackie went to a bachelorette party last weekend and she just had a bunch of Bud Light that she brought back.
Yeah,
and I've just been randomly grabbing a Bud Light and I'm just like, this is fucking disgusting. And then like I found out, you guys are coming over tonight. I'm like, yeah,
looking forward to some.
I'm kind of hyped for some weird.
Speaking of Jackie, I was going to bring this up, but since you brought it up, I got beef.
Network beef.
Where did Jackie go? You know where Jackie went?
Network beef.
North Carolina, South Carolina.
No, just that was a while ago.
Recently, she was in Maryland.
She was in Ocean City, Maryland.
Ooh.
Did she say, "Hey, I'll go to Burley Oak"?
Nope.
Did she say, "Hey, I'll stop at Dewey"? Nope.
She has no clue about any of that.
She needs to get on her beer game.
Wow.
Where is she? She's usually listening to us.
She is probably asleep.
Shit's weak.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Not a fan.
Whack.
All right, guys, let's put them up. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
What is this? Trail Magic.
Trail Magic. Treehouse. Treehouse definitely more known for their IPA game. Interested. Don't think I've ever had a Pilsner from them.
So, yeah, we were up earlier in May. A bunch of us went up for a long, epic weekend and did the obligatory Treehouse stop. And I had to grab this because it's not an IPA and it's from New England. So I figured it's like a white whale. And I know Taylor appreciates non-IPAs.
This is delicious.
It's fantastic.
It's like really, really
Very
good.
clean.
Yeah, very clean.
What else did you do while you were up there? If you had a fantastic weekend, did you do anything else other than Treehouse? I mean, like any other beer spots or?
Yeah, so we left here Friday morning, drove to Treehouse, got there, waited about an hour, loaded up, which is, if you have the chance, I'm sure everyone's seen pictures, but it is unreal. The volume that goes through that place on any single day, people walking out with, and John, you've probably seen this, people walking out with hand trucks full with 8-9 cases of beer.
Yeah.
So we left there and then we drove over to Norwood, Mass and stayed overnight and did Castle Island.
Okay.
And Trillium Canton.
Yep.
And it just is, they're just great spots. The only thing I'm still wrapping my head around is that they roll up the sidewalks there at like 10 o'clock. Like by 10 o'clock on a Friday night, places were shutting down. It was just something we would have liked to stay a little longer, but
sure,
definitely had a good time. And then Saturday we moved up to Everett, Mass, and did night shift.
Right.
Let's see, Somerville, Trillium, Fort Point.
Oh wow.
Bantam Cidery, where we watched the Kentucky Derby. I can't even remember all of them. It was
That's
a
awesome.
long day, and we had a ball, and it was a lot of fun, and met a lot of cool people, and drank a lot of great beer, and the best of the beer for us. I mean, we all are addicted to these IPAs, but when you're up there, you want to try everything else. So we were trying the sours and the ciders and the pilsners like this because it just was something different.
That's awesome. I actually was just at Treehouse. So yesterday, no, the day before yesterday. So I had to go up to meet a customer in, let me see if I can pronounce this right, Leominster. I think that's how it's not how it's spelt, but I think that's how they say it.
Okay.
Just like Worcester, they call it Worcester, but it's spelled Worcester.
Yeah.
They're crazy up there. So anyway, I driving right through Charlton, you have to stop and hit up Treehouse. So it was a couple firsts for me. Here's the one thing I learned. I don't know if you've ever gone there and had to bring back enough that you needed a hand truck, but if you do, you have to give them your license to borrow their hand truck. I got smart. I brought a hand truck with me this time.
That's
I actually
a
had
pro
a
move.
hand. It was a pro move. Absolutely. So I brought the hand truck with me, and there was no line at all. I literally like walked into the building to get in line. So it was the shortest line I've ever seen there.
What day was this?
This was Tuesday. So I think they opened, I don't know if they opened at noon or 2 on Monday, but I think I got there at like 4 or 5. And it was fantastic. There was barely anybody there. I've never seen it like that. And it was also a day that they were open for draft pours, which I usually am never there for a day for draft pours. So I really like how they do it. They only allow you to have 2 beers. I don't know if you knew that, but they offer you drink tickets. And you can buy drink tickets as you're buying the beer. They said, "Oh, you're going to have a couple while you're here? You can have 2 and you can buy the tickets from me now." So I did. I bought all the beer, took it back to my truck. I came back and got in the draft line. and you just hand them their tickets, and they're like, "What do you want?" So they're not doing multiple transactions for money. It just makes everything really smooth, and they draw X's on your hand that you had both of your beers. So I guess you can't get get another ticket from somebody else or something like that.
Yeah.
But I had a version of what's it called? Trail Magic. It was called like Trail Punchin' or something like that. But it was this with also I think it was an oat softened version. So I don't know what that means exactly, but I think that they change up probably the Pilsner malt or something like that and mix in some oat to change make it a bit softer, and then they blended them together. But I got 2 beers, double fisting. I walk out to an Adirondack chair and I'm looking out over the brewery and over the hills there, and it was just like a perfect moment, and I swear to God that was like the best Pilsner I've had. It was just incredible.
You can't buy this Trail Magic around here?
No. This is one of those breweries where the only place you can get this beer is if you go to their brewery in Massachusetts.
I'm very sad.
So they don't even distribute around their own?
No, I don't think they distribute at all anywhere. I think like Trillium used to be like that, but I think their kegs get out at least. You'll start seeing their kegs. I've heard you can get sometimes they'll like release cans or bottles to like local beer shops and stuff like that, but same kind of thing. You can only get it there.
I know why Taylor's disappointed, because this is really tasty, and I could see myself with a 6-pack of this down at the beach, just enjoying life.
This is magic.
So I actually just got a handful of these when I was there this week.
You have some?
I do have some of these, and I actually drank one tonight before I came over here. I like this one better than the one I had. I've got one that's probably a bit fresher. This is much better.
Taylor's about to knife you for
He
some more
looks
Trail
like
Magic.
He keeps eyeing me up like, bro.
It's a 5. It's a 5.
A 5?
5.0 for me. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Dave.
Dave
Thank you for
did
bringing
it.
this. Yeah.
Dave does good work with
This is
Taylor.
a perfect beer. This is a perfect beer for me. Anyway, I mean, you know how I get down, but like this is a perfect beer. The color of it was it's vibrant. The taste is the nose is everything was perfect for me.
I gotta say, this is the first time on the show. I wish I had a sounder button or something where like, when you're like, this is the 5, I just hit that button and it would like, I kind of wanted to get cheesy radio host there
Right.
just for a second.
Dude, it's a perfect beer.
Are there oats in that?
Yeah, something. I think it says on there.
So what do you rate it, Steve?
I'm going 4 or 5. It's a really nice Pilsner.
Yeah, I'm going 4.25. I've had better Pilsners, but I think
No, you haven't.
No, listen. I have, and I think what it is, maybe a straight Pilsner, maybe not. But I think my thing is I like the oats. I like the stuff that kind of leans it towards a pale ale. I like double dry hopped. I'm looking for those things. And so I think that's why I'm leaving it at like a 4.25. It's a fantastic beer. It's super clean, refreshing. I really like it. But I think, the ones that have those couple extra things added into them are the ones that bring it up a level for me.
Shout out to my guys, co-host Kev and co-host Danny. I think they would like this beer. They would. They'll never have it though, ever.
No.
Because if I have any of it, they can't have any.
You're going to hold it like your Capri
0%,
Suns.
yeah.
Like, bro, you are not getting these.
Well, dude, for real, I'm trying to just get one from you at least, if you have some.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. I'm sure we can make it happen. Also, I went up. I was on. Oh yeah, you guys gotta rate it too.
Oh yeah, 4 or 5.
Dre, you're giving it a
Easy.
4 or 5.
Easy. Yeah.
Easy
Fantastic.
4 or 5.
How about you, Mr. Dave?
I'm going to give it 4.25. I really enjoyed it. I just think it's just a perfect representation of the style, and it's just that'd be something on the deck that you could really do some damage with on a Friday night.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a fantastic beer. So anyway, what I was saying is I was on vacation last week, and I went to Maine. So on my way to Maine, I stopped in Freeport and I hit up Maine Brewing Company. And it's the first time, or Maine Beer Company. It's the first time I've been to their new facility. I was literally there for like 6 minutes. I was in and out super fast. But I just got a handful of beers to take with me to the house that we were staying in. But their new facility is fantastic. I don't know if you've ever been to the old one or seen the old one, but the new one is huge. It's there's a ton of room. There really wasn't a lot of people there, so like I was there it was a Monday night, so I'm just glad they were open.
I'm surprised they were open on a Monday.
Yeah, a lot of breweries aren't open on a Monday. No, I'm wrong. I was there on a Tuesday. But anyway, I was there on a Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, and got right in and out of there. The bartender, it wasn't even the bartender, the guy working like the retail desk, was just super helpful and really nice. He actually didn't see my glass like behind all the bottles that I was getting. And I was like, shit, dude, I don't know if you rang this up. And he was like, man, don't worry about it. I hope you enjoy your beers. I was like, just a perfect experience. Makes it a lot cooler. But that was fantastic. I love that place. We get a lot of their beers now, but there was a handful of like ones that we don't get down here that I was able to grab, like Thank You 2019, and there was like Black Barn number 3 or something like that. But everything there's from good. I just really like that style of beer. It's just everything they do is solid.
Did you get any dinner while you were up there?
No, they did not have dinner. I would have definitely grabbed some. Trust me.
Sad Taylor.
This guy, he's like trying to get all the good beers out of me.
Some bullshit.
Let me get your treehouse in the main dinner, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna get everything you got.
I think some Sixtals came down somewhat recently.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, at a couple different spots, but
Yeah, I did remember seeing it on social media. We got to keep an eye out for that, Taylor. Make sure we hit up a spot if we see dinner tapped.
Yeah, no shit.
We would drive
Definitely.
for sure.
Definitely.
The Philly Beer Week is going on right now, and odds are some of that stuff lands just because it's Philly Beer Week.
Yeah, that's true. It's a big deal. Dre, are you seeing anything in your job that's because of Philly Beer Week? Are you getting like any extra distribution at your store?
no, I haven't seen anything yet.
Like I saw a bunch of like Bissell Brothers cans hit this week. I don't know if that's just going to be a thing now, if they have a distribution deal, or is it just part of like Philly Beer Week?
It's probably, you could probably get it at like different distributors like Exton and places like that, but at Wegmans, I would doubt.
Okay. Also, while I was up in Maine, I spent like an afternoon in Booth Bay Harbor, which is a really cool town. It's like a little touristy, but it was still early in the season. There wasn't a whole lot going on. But we went to this little restaurant, had a fantastic lobster roll. It was so good up there. But they said there's a new brewery in town called Footbridge Brewery, and I had their new pale ale called Fisherman's Thumb, and that was a fantastic beer also. So it's always cool to hear like brand new breweries. They're like they just opened.
Fisherman's Thumb.
Yeah, I don't know what that means or what it's in reference to.
I feel like that's like a Dirty Sanchez or like a Angry Dragon or something. I got the Fisherman's Thumb the other night.
Yeah.
It wasn't good. Like, what is that?
Yeah, it doesn't sound good. But the craziest thing was when we were driving to the restaurant, I'm just kind of looking at this beautiful town as we're driving down the street, and I swear to God, I saw Sam Calagione, the Dogfish CEO, just in front of the CarQuest there in Booth Bay Harbor. Like I would bet money it was him. I swear to God. So I'm looking at my wife. I'm like, I swear to God that was Sam Calagione. And she's like, I don't know who that is. And but I was like, yeah, the Dogfish head guy. And she was like, okay. And I almost wish I went back to check, but I Googled his name and Booth Bay Harbor and found a bunch of interviews where he said he grew up going there and vacationing there with his family. So I feel like there's probably a pretty good chance. But if anybody's listening that has any affiliation with them, I want to verify that. Somebody should hit me up and let me know.
And no offense to our present guests, the fact that Sam's not here right now as our guest is disappointing.
I did message you. I was like, I swear to God, I just saw Sam. And you're like, if you don't get him to be a guest on the show, you're fired.
Go to hell, Steve.
Well, let's I think everybody rated the beer. Let's crack another beer here. What are we doing next? I'm going to crack Peak.
Yes, let's get into this Peak here. I'm excited.
Peak Organic. This is another Maine beer company. You guys can crack this one if you want to. There I go saying crack.
Underrated.
You think so?
Peak.
Dude,
Yeah.
the juice.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
Peak the Juice is one of my favorite beers.
Yeah.
So going to Maine, I grabbed all this Maine beer, but then I hit up the grocery store and was looking for some stuff, and I grabbed a mix pack of this, and I was blown away. This beer is fantastic. I wanted to share it with you guys.
I've definitely loved everything I've had from the Peak.
This is, just to be clear, this is Fresh Cut.
Fresh
which
Cut.
is a dry hopped Pilsner, I believe.
I feel like I got like a grassy note when I was opening it from the smell.
Taylor, can you confirm that on the can? What's it say?
What am I confirming? Yeah,
what is it?
Dry hopped pills.
There we go.
Fresh cut. from Peak Organic Brewing Company.
And you said they're from Maine?
Yeah, I believe they're a Maine company.
I think I ever knew where they were from.
I think so. See, that's what I'm saying. To me, there's that extra bite, that hop bitterness in there that just plays perfectly in with that Pilsner, that takes it a step higher for me. And I like it better than the last one.
The exact opposite. It just takes it a little step down for me. It's the lingering bitterness for me. That's what takes it a step down for me.
I'd agree with that.
Because it's not like some beers that I've had, the bitterness, kind of socks you in the mouth, but then it's over with. This is just like, I feel like it keeps going. I haven't had a sip in like 20 seconds and I can still taste that bitterness. It's whack.
The crispness, the cleanness of the Trail Magic, it makes me not appreciate this as much. And I'm not saying it's bad. It's still a good beer. I'm not trashing it, but I like the Trail Magic better because of that cleanliness, that crispness that this doesn't.
No, this is
quite
still
have.
really good. I like this, but I would rate it a step down from the Trail Magic just because of that. It kind of has the same color though. Like I like that. It's got a good color to it.
It's a little cloudier, Dave was saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just kind of like those flavors better. I mean, that Trail Magic was fantastic, but I'm going to go ahead and give this, you know what's weird? I feel like I can't bring it up enough to make it a 4.5. I think I'm going to keep it at a 4.25, but I do like it a little bit better. I'd like to do like a 4.259 or something.
4259.
Yeah.
Very specific.
4259er.
Yeah, just it's
Niner?
slightly better than the
We on a
last one,
walkie-talkie?
but it's not a 4.5 in my book.
I'm going straight 4 on this one. It's still an enjoyable beer. Just when I'm comparing it to that Trail Magic, that's where it comes into trouble.
I get it.
I'm going to go 4 on this as well. Maybe a 4.25. I'm going to go 4.25. That's my final answer.
All right.
That's my final answer.
Dre,
Because I would drink this regularly as well. I would.
Dre, what do you think on that?
I'd have to say maybe a 3.89 or something like that. Like right in between a 3.75 and a 4. Nice and clean. But yeah, that lingering bitterness kind
It's
of.
definitely lingering.
Yeah.
Dave?
I'm going to give it a 4. I like it. It's a nice. We get. I think used to the creamy, shaky, hazy. It's nice to have a crisp and a bitter one once in a while. It's good.
It's something almost missing from today's beer game. I'm almost proud of myself. I actually had this one before in 2017.
Oh, wow.
And I gave it a 4, so I'm consistent.
That is nice.
Good work by me.
Well, if you don't mind, let's get to know Dre a little bit. I think you do. So, you being a new listener, usually, or a new guest, usually what we do when we have you on is try to get to know you a little bit, get to know what got you into craft beer. I met you through Beer Nerds.
Yep.
And you run the beer department at Wegmans here in Downingtown.
I do.
So, what you seem to be like the type of guy, obviously, that has a passion about craft beer, but how did you get into it?
So my earliest memory of like craft beer, I'd have to say, thinking back when I was like 21, we went down to the shore with some friends and we were trying to find a place to eat. And they were like, oh, we know this place called Dogfish Head down in Rehoboth. And I knew nothing about it. I was like, okay, let's just go eat some food. So we went in there, had no clue that they brewed their own beer. I think I asked for like a Coors Light or some shit when I was in there, and they were like, they were really cool about it. They were like, no, we kind of make our own beer. So like,
that is cool.
I was like, okay, I'll just. So I think they gave me a flight. Just kind of suggested a flight.
Sure.
So if I remember correctly, I got a flight of all 3 of the minute IPAs.
Okay, yeah.
Like 60, 90, 120.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a.
I hated every single one of them. I didn't know what I was drinking. I was like,
Right.
what is this? Because like the guy we were with liked IPAs and like pale ales and stuff like
Okay.
that. And from there, I was just drinking like wheat beers and stuff like that. Like,
Yep.
Like moving up that ladder, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I did kind of the same thing, like the Blue Moons, the Shock Tops, kind of like
Sam
that's how I
Cherry
got-
wheat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Then I started delving into like, because I kept seeing people drinking all these hoppy beers. I was like, there's got to be something about this stuff. So came, Hop Devil, the stuff that everybody drinks. But I think it was when I revisited Dogfish Head when I was in my mid 20s that like I really was like, okay, this is like really good.
Yeah.
I picked up like were there 4-packs at the time, a 90-minute,
Yep.
and it was just blew me away. I was like, there's something switched to my palate, and it was.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think about that moment all the time, and it's always cool to hear different people how that happened. I think it's very similar. We climbed that ladder with the wheat beers and things like that. Some of the lighter, they're still like, they're just not Bud Lights and Coors Light. There's a little more flavor going on. You're picking up more things, but then when you really hit that, can appreciate that craft beer, it's an amazing moment, and then it's hard to go back. It's like difficult. Like you're just stuck once that switch has been flipped. It's impossible to go back.
Yeah, for sure.
It's I can still get down with a 90-minute. I know people like to shit on Dogfish, might sound a little harsh, but definitely judge them a little harshly these days, and I can still get down with a 90-minute.
I don't see 90 that often. It's usually like 60s. There's like 60s. On tap everywhere.
That's 61. I feel like I've seen a lot of places on tap.
What was that one that was like maple syrup? Was that 75?
Yeah, 75.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was one of my. I really like that one. When great. They always had that on. It was originally their cask beer. They would, and they actually called it Johnny Cask.
That's right.
And that's the way we would go down to the beach. We would go down Ocean City, Maryland, and we'd stop at Dogfish on the way down. And right around that time was always when 75-minute was out, and I always loved getting that beer. It was just a little bit warmer than you're used to being in the cask, and just so much flavor because of that temperature. It was really tasty.
I could see that. I think I had it at Frank's, and Frank's usually gives you frosted glasses, which I'm not crazy about. I love going there because it's like it's so close. Everything's cheap. It's good. But the frosted glasses thing kind of drives me crazy.
You got to talk to somebody about that.
I know. But I never think of it in time. You know what I mean? I order something and then I'm like, fuck, I should have asked for. But then like also when they look at you like, are you really going to ask me for a specific glass for your beer? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Why don't you like it?
Like what?
The frosted glasses.
I don't know, man. I think I like when beer warms up a little bit. I think it just, I don't know. It does something to the beer. And I don't really like it. I would much rather have a room temperature glass that's been rinsed.
Yeah, I didn't know if it like did anything like specifically to the beer or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just
it
makes
might.
it just
it just doesn't taste the same, I don't think. I
It
think
throws
it's like
off the
too
flavor.
cold. It does.
Yeah.
And
does throw it off.
If it's too icy, it'll almost water down your beer.
Yeah.
From the inside.
Yeah, you'll see like little flakes of, ice coming off the glass.
Yo, Frank's, your glasses are trash.
I don't know. It's hard to say. If somebody's ordering a Bud Light and a Miller Light, a Coors Light, and they want it in a glass, that's perfect for them.
Yeah.
And that's great.
Yeah,
And a lot of people love that,
Yeah.
And I think that had a time and a place. I just think, whoever's slinging the beers there probably just doesn't realize that, if somebody sits down and looks at the menu and sees a Dogfish Head 75-minute and wants it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It'd probably be better served.
They just, I don't know. I don't like being too picky though. But you know what I keep seeing online? Those beer glass rinsers, like the machines for, like they have at a bar, but they have ones like that are tabletop.
Really? I've never seen those.
I keep eyeing them up. I'm like, I kind of want that. Because I do that every time I get a beer. I'll grab a glass out of my, glass cabinet, and I walk over and I rinse the glass out with water, cold water, and dump it out. And then I usually dump it out a second time to make sure all the water's out before I pour a beer into it.
Yeah. Yep.
Here's a true nerd ask of the group. Do you guys put your glassware through the dishwasher?
I do.
I don't, but it's more because I'm worried about the labeling coming off than the not getting dish detergent inside the glass.
I'm the exact same. If it doesn't have like the beer nerds glasses,
Right.
like I always hand wash those. But if there's nothing on it, I just throw it in the dishwasher.
Yeah,
I still use soap and water. I know people say, "Oh, you shouldn't have soap in the beer glass." I still put soap in there.
I just keep rinsing it with the beer. But my wife actually, she's not a big fan of that approach because I end up stacking them in the sink. So she's like, "What are you going to do with all them?" I said, "Well, I'm hoping you're going to rinse them out for me," and then I go rinse them out. But I do have a few neat ones, a few of the Tekus and the bigger glasses that I'm really uncomfortable. Like I even have a couple of the Chimay goblets with the silver rim on the top. I try to take care of them, but The ones I pilfer from Buffalo Wild Wings and PJs, they go in the dishwasher.
I drink a lot out of the Dogfish IPA glass, and my wife is scared to death of that glass because it's so thin. I've broken a couple of them. She actually bought me a replacement set of them. And every time I have it like sitting in the sink because I was drinking the night before and just put it in the sink, she yells because she's like, this glass is going to break. I don't want to break this glass.
Yeah, I have like a Victory glass, a couple snifters that are a Treehouse one, a New Glarus one, Burley Oak one that I use all the time. Snifters that have the labels on it, but I put them in the dishwasher every time. There's only a couple of those Teku glasses. How do you say it? Teku? Did you say Teku? I say Teku. I don't really know. Teku, yeah. But those ones just feel so flimsy to me. I won't put them in the dishwasher. I'll hand wash those for sure. But with soap. I've never heard of the rinse thing. Maybe I should start doing that.
Unless you're supposed to do with growlers. Just rinse them out.
Really?
Yeah.
Now see, that's funny because that is what I do with my growler. I just rinse it out. I will put it in the sink, turn the water on, and just let it do its thing.
Yeah, I try to scrub it. I got like a bottle thing for like baby bottles. I try scrubbing the inside of it, and then I actually have Star Sand. I'll Star Sand it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
We'll sanitize it.
Yeah, a little bit. But what else do we got here? I hit up Armsby Abbey. Have any of you guys ever been there? In Worcester?
Can't say that I have ever hung out in Massachusetts, really.
So if I'm around that area, I usually, if I get the opportunity, I try to stop there. That place is fantastic. They've got great food, but they had like 6 Hill Farmstead beers on tap. They had a Trillium double dry hop, Melcher Street on tap, and a bunch of other things. Everything's crazy. I actually really wanted to try this one beer, but it was a 6-ounce pour, and it was like $13 or $15 or something like that for a 6-ounce pour of it.
Say that again.
There was like a 6-ounce pour of a beer.
6-ounce pour.
Yeah, and it was going to be like $13 or $14, I think.
What beer was it?
I forget. I wonder if it's on that menu. If I could point it out. I know I sent you guys a picture of it.
Blended sour or something.
Yeah, it was something crazy like that.
That sounds really high.
Yeah, it was crazy. Let me see if I can find it and look it up because I think I remember which one it was.
We were kind of talking about that before we started, and just a couple nights ago, I was down on Temple's campus. My kid had a choir concert down there, and we went to eat at the Draft House on Temple's campus. They had a pretty decent beer list. They had Pliny the Elder on tap, which I got. They also had Heady Topper in cans. And the cans were $12. Is that too much to pay for a can of Heady Topper?
Yes.
Absolutely.
So I think so too. But I very gladly paid $8 for 10 ounces of Pliny the Elder. I didn't do the math.
It's interesting.
I think there's the perception that Heady's a little more readily available, and now you're thinking you're overpaying for it.
That was going to be part of my question. Is it because we can get the Heady Toppers down here a little bit more easily? Because when I said $8 for a 10-ounce draft, nobody really blinked.
5 years ago, you would have paid that for Sip of Sunshine, right?
Oh, easily.
You would have done it because everybody talked about it, and you could never get it. And when you saw it, you wanted to try it because you had to tell all your friends that you had Sip of Sunshine.
But 5 years ago, we would have paid $20 a can for Heady Topper if we saw it in a bar.
I can think of times where I've gotten in line for a bottle release, and I have no idea. They could charge me $45 a bottle, and I have no idea. I'm just walking up and saying, hey, give me 10 bottles or whatever it is.
You know, this winter, we happened to, there was a group of us that ride the train together, and we hopped off in Downingtown and walked into the bottle room or the station tap and had a couple of beers, and they had the Elder and Blind Pig. Is that the one?
Yep.
Right. So they had them there, and then everybody ran out to get on the next train. I live in Downingtown, so I hung out and walked over to the bottle room, and they had Pliny the Younger on tap, and that was a white whale. I'd never had it before.
Wow.
And I gladly paid $1 an ounce. I paid $10 for that glass because I wanted to have it. Everybody talked about it, and I knew this was probably one of the only times I was going to see it.
Yeah, maybe I'm exaggerating, but I did see it on here on the menu. It was a 2018 Cascade From Blanc, whatever that means. But it was $12, barrel-aged sour blonde ale with white raspberries. But I remember it being less then it was definitely less than a 10-ounce pour. I think it was a 6 or an 8-ounce pour for $12.
Speaking of pours,
It's time, isn't it?
it's time for a new beer.
What are we doing next? I think
You got
next
the
is
list, right?
I do have the list. Next is the Natter Days.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who's got it?
I got it.
I have been seeing a lot of this beer all over social media.
Yeah.
I've been seeing like Hawaiian shirts with the flamingos. You know, it kind of looks like the can. People are wearing them, and I gotta say, man, I've been dying to try it, and
I
super
love
excited.
that we're all rinsing our glass for the Natty Light.
I've been seeing people post all kinds of things like the Church of Natter Day Saints. Natter Days are for the boys.
And I just got a nice smell of that. I am
I can't wait.
a big fan of strawberry lemonades.
Okay.
So like I like a strawberry lemonade, a pink lemonade. Like I like that, just not even alcoholic, just as a regular beverage.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I like
Straight strawberry.
It's
There's a lot going on.
and this is just from smell.
this might be
We
a
haven't even had
masterpiece, I don't
a taste of this bad boy yet.
know.
It smells like a straight strawberry lollipop.
That's what it is. You ever like
Still
you ever
some more
get
in
those
this if you
kits when you were a kid that are I don't know if Dave got enough. You ever,
No.
yeah. You ever see those kits when you were a kid, like to make your own candy? Do you
Yeah.
ever do that?
I've never
and you
done
would
it,
like
but-
mix the gelatin and the sugar and the food coloring or whatever and put it in molds, but it never tastes right. That's what this smells like. It smells like that weird strawberry flavor that like isn't real strawberry. It's got like that weird
Yeah.
you can almost smell the texture.
It's like Pop Rocks.
Yeah, something like that.
It definitely has more of a scent than a flavor, I think. Although as it coats the back of my throat,
There's
there's definitely more flavors going on.
definitely flavors.
It's weird. It's like not water, but close. Like it's just everything's smooth. There's a lot of flavor going on there, but it's just very smooth, very light.
Is this like a limited edition thing?
I don't know. I think it's new, but I think it's taken the world by storm.
I definitely don't think it's limited,
Can I see the can?
just because it's out there in 18 packs, 12 packs, 30 packs. Surprised they don't do like the 99 pack.
You're right about the water. It's almost like when those like infusion bottles, like you stick
Yeah.
the fruit in there. And
Yep. That's kind of what it's like. That last sip I just took, it was a little bit warmer, and it kind of just gave me like the aftertaste of like a bad wine cooler or something like that.
I just burped and it's all strawberry.
Yeah.
All strawberry.
There's definitely a wine cooler
Vibe to this, yeah.
vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it say on it? It's a strawberry lemonade beer?
Strawberry lemonade and drinking beer.
I love that they call it a drinking
Oh,
beer.
I'm sorry.
It's not just beer.
For those who like strawberry lemonade and drinking beer.
Okay.
So it doesn't call itself a beer per se. Oh, it does. No, it does say light lager with natural flavor.
No.
I question natural.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah.
4% though.
That's it.
Is that what it is?
That's it.
I don't know, man. I think I'd much rather find like a nice 4.5% lager, something. But I mean, how cheap is it? I mean, what is it like?
I have it. I saw 12 packs for $10.
I mean, it's a
Good
pretty good deal.
novelty item.
I'd buy that.
Yeah.
I'd buy that.
I gotta say, man, like I'm that peak one that we have, like because that one you can get pretty much everywhere around here. Like that's gonna become a new staple that's like in our fridge. My wife loves it too. But
so,
this I'm not crazy about.
So how do I rate this? Do I rate this as a beer? Do I rate this as a novelty item? I don't know how to approach
If
it.
it's
think you
not a
rated-
limited edition thing, then it's not a novelty. It's here to stay.
I think you rate it on how it makes you feel.
Oh, well. I guess I got to give it like a 3.25. It's better than I thought it was going to be. I don't know if I could drink a whole lot of them
Yeah.
because I feel like teeth might start falling out.
Right.
Yeah. I feel the same way. I definitely couldn't drink a lot of them. And I actually thought it was worse. It tastes worse than I thought it was going to be. Because it was so popular, I don't know why I was expecting to like have some, or it was going to end up tasting a little bit different. I don't really know. Maybe I was expecting more carbonation, something, more enjoyable, but I just really didn't get into it.
You know how Untapped gives you like flavor profile, and I imagine the logic puts it by, most popular. So the first one's strawberry, got it. Light, got it. Sweet, yep. Aromatic, yep. That's that pretty much sums it up.
I don't think I rated it.
No.
I'm gonna give it like a 2.75.
Yeah.
I don't even like. I think 7.5 is too high. I don't even like saying 7.5 with this beer. I think I'm gonna give it a 2.5.
I'm going to give it a 3, just a round 3. I would give it probably a 4 if I got any hint of lemonade whatsoever. It's all strawberry for me.
Yeah.
So like if it was a legit strawberry lemonade beer, I'd probably be more entertained to give this a 4 or above, but it's all strawberry and it's all 3 for me.
Dre, what are you giving the Natter Days?
Just based on having this like tasting, probably give it a 3. But if it was the only beer at a party and I was forced to drink like more than 3,
Yeah.
it would feel like crap. Like,
Yeah.
which would lower the rating probably to a 2.
Yeah.
2.5, something like that.
Did Dave
you
rate
rate
it?
it? Did you?
I gave it a 2.5. I mean, the exact comment for me is, I'd drink it again.
Yeah, I might, if somebody had a bunch, they brought them around, I'd be like, yeah, okay, I'll have one, and then that'd be it.
I hear you, man.
Yeah. It's cool though. It's a cool idea. Add more lemonade to it. That's my advice.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I was expecting something different. I don't know. It just really didn't do it for me, and that's okay because I guess I don't know.
I wonder if it's the Natty Light that's bringing it down.
I think so. I think it's a really good point.
I think it's that artificial strawberry taste like you were talking about because it doesn't taste natural. It doesn't taste real.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It reminds me a little bit of the seltzers that are real hot right now.
Yeah.
Only with less carbonation.
Well, look, we got a lot of stories to get to, so we're going to take a real quick break. I'm looking forward to hearing that wonderful voice from one of the guys from Foundation Radio. I'm pretty sure you're going to plug him next.
Yeah, from Sam, yeah.
Is that Sam? Shout out, Sam.
I know I've said Taylor's voice sounds like Velvet, but
This guy's legit radio guy. He makes me like want to just tape my mouth shut when I do this.
Taylor's got you beat, man.
He does.
Absolutely. All right, guys, we're going to take a real quick break. We'll be right back with much more.
So you've been listening to the Might Be News Network, but you still can't get enough each week? Become our patron on Patreon. Head to patreon.com/MBN Network to become a patron and get exclusive content now. For as little as $5 per month, you'll get access to extended episodes of all your favorite shows, as well as perks including MBN merch and monthly giveaways. Just want to support the network? Become a patron for as much or as little as you'd like. Patreon.com/MBN Network. 2 hours of bonus content each week guaranteed. Your contributions will help make the Might Be News Network bigger and better than ever before. Patreon.com/MBN Network.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Might Be Brews. I got to put on my radio voice because we just got out of the that big commercial with the radio voice.
Yeah.
I wonder if it can be learned. Is it just something you have, or can you practice?
Yeah. No, Sam is a true professional. Like he trained himself how to do that, and it's fantastic work.
I want to learn how to do that.
He's great.
That's good work by you, Sam.
I just have one more thing to add about Patreon, and it's that people have voiced their concern about when we take breaks. How does that work for Patreon? It's really, really simple for me to pause subscriptions during the times that we take a break.
That we're off a few weeks.
If we take a month off in between seasons or at mid-season finale time, I click 2 buttons on Patreon and boom, nobody gets charged for that month. It's how it works, straight up. And then I just click start again and boom. It's all good. That's patreon.com/MBN Network. Go check it out. It's awesome.
It's awesome.
Awesome.
It's awesome.
Go crack a beer.
Awesome.
Let's crack a beer. Dre was nice enough to bring us a beer from Single Cut. We got Hop Sounds, which is not an IPA, which was kind of surprising with a name like Hop Sounds.
Yeah.
It is
When I ordered it, I thought it was.
it is a dry hopped Kolsch. So let's get into that. So as we're talking about single cut here, I've noticed the amount of single cut at Wegmans is absolutely bonkers. So how are they partnering with you guys? Are they doing exclusive stuff just for you guys, or are they just bringing in a crap ton of beer?
Mostly a crap ton of beer. There's been two that I know of where Single Cut and Wegmans have kind of collaborated on like what's called Freshest program. So basically, the first one was with 18 watt IPA, and I think they canned it on like a Monday, and then I don't know how they handle the logistics on this, but they get it out to all the Wegmans by the end of the week.
Wow.
And then usually they'll do sampling. And then there was another one recently, I think it was called When Time Just Slips or something like that.
Okay.
Which was another one of those Freshest program beers. But mostly it's just, it seems like something's new coming out every week from them.
I did the 18 watt when they did the fresh ones coming out, and it was definitely very fresh tasting.
Yeah.
Like when I got that thing, it felt like it was just canned, and it's really tasty. I've enjoyed all the stuff I've had from Single Cut. I haven't had tons of it, but everything I've had, I've definitely enjoyed.
What is there one? Is there one called like Jenny Said or something like that?
Yeah.
I forget what style that is, but I think it's the only thing I've had from them that's not an IPA.
That is an IPA.
Okay, then I'm wrong. I thought I had like a hibiscus something or maybe like a
Kim.
That's what it is. What is that? It's like a
Sour, right?
sour or something.
Sour lager, they call it. Or
Yeah, that's what it is.
Well, you're about to have a dry hopped Kolsch
All right.
with lactose.
with lactose. It's
So-
definitely a hazy Kolsch, which is not things I usually say together.
I can almost smell that lactose, I think. Is there lactose in it, you said? Yeah, I can like smell it, I think.
My glass still smells like strawberries. I rinsed it out too.
I think that's just your lip.
It might have ruined the glass.
You might just have some stuck in your mustache.
Definitely different.
It is different, man. It's weird. I'm really struggling here because
It's interesting. Can I see the can for that?
my first instinct was, man, I don't like it, and then these flavors start coming in. I'm like, oh, I do like that. That is good. It's very unbalanced to me. It's like clean, but like clean flavors, but heavy at the same time.
Yeah.
And like it's got a decent mouthfeel, maybe from the lactose, but like it kind of all just doesn't work together for me and match up or perfectly. Like I think it should. It's not balanced well to me.
It does. Good.
That's kind of why I picked it, because I was like, I have no idea what to expect out of this beer. I was like walking up and down the aisles. I was like, what do I want to bring on the show? And I was like, I saw that one. I was like, this might be something. It's going to be either good or really bad.
It's interesting.
It does seem like there's a little bit of a confusion to it for me, at least,
Yeah, absolutely.
as to what it wants me to taste, for lack of a better term. Dave, what do you think about this bad boy?
Definitely interesting. It's you look at it and you're thinking hazy IPA, and the taste is definitely not that. It's good. I'm not sure I'd buy that one again, but I'm enjoying it.
It's weird that it doesn't have any crispness to it for a Kolsch. It just kind of keeps.
I've never heard that term. What do you mean?
To me, the Kolsch usually you drink it and it kind of dries out at the end, and it just
Okay.
you don't get that lingering aftertaste that I'm getting to this
I've never heard that term Christmas.
crispness.
Oh, I thought you said Christmas. I
Yes.
literally thought
So did I.
you were talking about
Christmas.
Santa Claus and presents.
It tastes like stockings
Yeah,
and
for
reindeer.
real.
Actually,
I was like, I've never heard that before. That's some new thing. Like,
I've
taking,
never
like,
had a
the,
beer that tasted like Christmas.
Yeah.
notes of wrapping paper and disappointment from children.
What's it called? A cicerone when you become a beer expert. Like, when you do all
Cicerone.
the Cicerone.
Yeah, it's like the equivalent of a wine sommelier.
Yeah. I thought maybe like you were getting into that.
Getting
and
into
You
that.
got some new lingo I hadn't heard yet.
Speaking of getting into beer styles a little bit, we got a little something coming up next episode, and we want the viewers to kind of join in on this little journey that we're going to do. So we're going to try and go through every single different beer style. We're going to start with the BJCP, the beer judging panel list of different beer styles, and we're going to go 1 through till when Taylor cancels the show. And we're just going to try and hit one of each style. So the first style up is American Light Lager. So grab your Miller Lights, grab your Coors Lights, grab your Bud Lights, and drink along with us next episode. I think we'll do Miller Lite.
That's a Pilsner.
But I think it still falls under that, though.
I'm hoping that there's like a better brewery out there that does that style.
It does American Light Lager.
Yeah. What do you?
PBR.
We did have a PBR
I think
last episode.
I think
Oh,
that's just
okay.
regular lager, because there's American Lager.
I think it was a light lager.
Light Lager is first. I definitely remember. I looked it up, and American Light Lager is definitely first.
All right. We got to rate this beer, right? We
Yeah, I
gotta
was
rate
about
it?
to say, yeah, we should rate this. What
We
do
should
you
rate
rate it?
this.
I'm curious because I don't know what to rate it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's weird. I'm getting like decent flavors out of it, but I don't really like it. So I'm going to go like a 2.5. I don't know. I just don't
2.5.
like it. It's not good.
You want to drink it again?
I don't know. I guess
If this,
I wouldn't buy it.
So let's put it this way: you go to a barbecue, somebody you're not real friendly with. They have Bud Light. They have these in the cooler.
Bud Light in these, I'll go with this.
Okay.
Miller Light in these, I might go Miller Light.
Go Miller Lite, which is fine. I'm just trying to gauge. I'll go 3.25.
2.75. 2.75.
Dre?
I'll go 3.5 on this one.
Really?
Yeah. I think I enjoyed it. I mean, it wasn't a little less than what I expected, but I still enjoyed it.
Something for me, and we could do an hour and a half on Untapped ratings if you wanted to. For me, if it's under a 3, it really has to be offensive.
Okay.
Like I have to be like
I think offensive
really
to
offended
me
by a flavor.
is like a 0 or 1. Like I think that to me that would be like offensive, but anything else I'm like, I don't know.
I would say like 2 or below would be offensive to me. But if that's
Okay.
if that's etiquette,
No, it's totally personal preference.
okay. Well, I want to make sure that there's not etiquette to this because otherwise I would make it a 3 because it's not offensive to me. It's just it has the lingering bitterness of the first one, plus unidentified flavors for me that just don't make sense to my palate.
Yep.
That's how it makes
David.
me feel.
I give it a 3.5. I think if I'm going to have a Kolsch, I'm going to find a Kolsch that's true to Kolsch, not a mashup.
Have we had many Kolsch's on this show?
You had the Der Bock, which is one of our favorite Kolsch's.
That's a Kolsch, okay.
Yeah. From East Branch, love that thing.
Yeah, the Dubac was slamming.
We're running out of time. Should we crack this beer?
Get that Liberty Bell
Liberty
ringer
Bell
going.
Ringer, double dry hop, double IPA from Victory right here in Downingtown. We had a request to have this beer on the show from, I believe it was Mr. John Harahan.
Yo, what up, John?
So hopefully he's actually receiving a shipment from me today. I sent him a handful of these and some Maine beers. So here we go. We're running out of time. We got to try to get a couple things out.
We got like 7 minutes before this ends
Yeah.
for the normal people.
So we have so much stuff that we're going to get into on the Patreon show, but one of the things I did want to talk about, we've made some friends over there at Kennett Brewfest, and in our time space continuum, the tickets go on sale tomorrow. So when this releases, it'll be out already. But tickets are on sale now. 2019 Kennett Brewfest in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania. The date is Saturday, September 28th. There's going to be 60 some brewers there. It's a fantastic time. Tons of good people there. Food trucks, everything. It's a fantastic event, and I'm really looking forward to doing it.
If they have Liberty Bell ringer there, Taylor is not going.
Taylor,
Making faces.
tell us how you feel. Use your words, not your voice, not your face.
This is gross. Oh my God. What is this? What is it? What kind of beer is this?
This
Double
is
dry hop?
double IPA.
Double IPA
I feel like the more dry hopped it is, the grosser it is.
to you because you're weird.
Ugh.
I don't know, man. I had this beer before, and it was good, but very different. It doesn't taste like anything that I can think of. It's got a very strange, maybe hop profile or something going on. I don't know what's different about this beer, but it's very different, and I can't compare it really to anything else.
I like it. There's definitely a strange hop in there, and I can't place it. I'm not good enough with hops to know which one that...
Strata.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, this is the first one. Strata, Centennial, and Simcoe.
So it has to be Strata then, because I know
I've
other
never
ones.
heard of it.
I've never heard of it either. My first Strata, I believe.
So I went out to dinner with a couple of friends last Thursday night at Victory in Downingtown, and I had that, and I loved it, and I love it. I just to me, Victory with their doubles, Dirt Wolf, is one of my go-tos. I think they can do no wrong there, and they really are not loved in this area, but they do a solid job.
I think a lot of the bad will might be a strong term, but the misses that they had with the tank to table stuff kind of turned a little bit of the area off. I know it turned me off a little bit because you'd get all hyped up and get this stuff in line, and then it wasn't very good. The one lager or pilsner that they did was my favorite of that series, but the different IPAs that they put out in that tank to table, I wasn't fans of. John is studying.
Yeah, I'm thinking like a 4 for me. I mean, I think I had it and I liked it more than I did today, and I don't know if it's just my palate today with all these other beers and weird things going on, but yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling a 4.
I'm going 4 as well. I'd still drink it again.
Taylor, that face you're making, you're looking at the can like it just showed you its dick.
I could have given him the empty can, but I gave him the full can hoping he'd drink more. I don't know.
Yeah.
I am going to drink more just to double down a little bit, but it's a 2.5 for me. It tastes like I just cut the grass and shoved it in my face. That's what it tastes like. I'm not trying to be insulting, but
I
God,
love your description.
I can't do the double anything. For me is very risky because I'm just not there yet. You know what I mean?
All right.
But I think that this is just like, it's way too bitter.
I love that you and I kind of have like, I don't know if it's on the same level as you and Kev, but we just like don't agree on beer.
And that's okay.
Part.
Yeah.
But I kind of like it.
I do
It's
too.
good
Well,
that-
it adds an interesting
You're
dynamic.
crazy.
But like this stuff is gross to me.
Dre, what do you think?
I think I rated this like a 4 or 4.25.
Yeah.
When it first came out, because this was another one of those freshest beer things where they canned it on a Monday. We got it in on like a Thursday.
Okay. Yep.
And I got it right away, and it was like super floral. It was like way too in your face. But as it chilled out, it got better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like this beer a lot.
Yeah, I do enjoy it. Did you rate it yet, Dave? I don't think
I'm
so.
going to give it 4.25. I just like it. It's just a great twist. And it doesn't. And again, I don't mean this in a negative way. It doesn't taste like Victory. It's got a little bit of a different flavor profile, which I really dig.
Yeah, no disrespect to Victory. It's just not my kick.
I love Victory, and I think we're really lucky that we have them right here in our backyard.
I mean,
just want to say that.
This beer in particular, it just isn't my kick. I like Victory beer typically.
Yeah, for sure.
But just not, this one's a miss for me.
A miss.
Swing and a miss.
My customers are going apeshit for this beer.
Really?
I can't keep it in stock. Yeah, I had a full stack of it. It's just flying off the shelf.
That's great. Buying local and stuff. I mean, like I said, I like a lot of Victory beers, but this one is definitely.
Tell me quick what you guys are doing. We're about to run out of time for our regular listeners, but what's changing at Wegmans with the beer area?
So yeah, real quick, Wegmans is expanding the wine and beer department to the middle of the store.
So that's the reason they're moving it, is because it's expanding. It's just probably just so crazy that they want to like give it more room.
Yeah. So Danny Wegman himself like wanted all the stores in Pennsylvania to move to Center Store to just bring in more product, have increase sales.
So instead of being off to the side in the cafe area, it's going to be center in the grocery store.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder if, I don't know. I guess it's probably going to be a good move, but I'm kind of curious. Like, I kind of like that it's separate, so I don't get in the traffic with everybody else. But I guess we'll see how it goes.
I kind of like my little corner.
Yeah, I could see that. Hey, listen, everybody. If you're listening, I can't tell you how much we appreciate you. If you really like us, even if you don't like us, I would appreciate you checking out Patreon. I think that would be hilarious. Even if you hate us, give us money to allow you to hate on us more.
Yeah.
To give us the ability to do it.
Sometimes that's how it works.
We've got a lot of really interesting stuff we're still going to get to. There's new breweries. There's we said Night Shift is going to open a Philly location. That's actually not happening. We're going to talk about that. Many top 50 craft breweries are struggling to grow. We're going to talk about that. All of that in the next segment.
I got Super Session in the bag.
Super Session in the bag. I've got 3 Floyd's Alpha King we might crack and get into. So
there's more beer to drink.
There's more beer to drink. There's a lot more to get into. Patreon.com/NBN Network. Everybody else, we still love you. Thank you so much for listening.